beautiful day. Taking apart this guy because I accidentally sucked in some dirt. Getting water this last time. Just came back from doing that. Get some more water. Dixie fires done took out a bunch of stuff up that way. And we got the river fire over that way. What we'll do so it won't be like a wasted trip, honey? I said what we'll do tomorrow so it won't be like a wasted trip. Since we only got one tank filled. Is we'll throw that in the 2500 to replace the water we've been using to cook. You understand? Keep everything topped up. And get it taken apart. Some little pebbles in there. What they say about Israel said when they said about saving the thing and not doing the boozer, because they said what? Like America said about the thing? I'm willing to experiment on my population. Wait a minute, I thought you said this wasn't an experiment, it was a vaccine. Oh, there's the truth right there. This is, you sit back and wait and shit float to its top. And I'll show you what they want. For you to respond. So it's like, what'd you say? And then so when you ask the person, you go, wait a minute. So I'm part of an experiment? No, man, we were just saying that. You know, they need people. So that we can see if we need to have the boosters. The booster. Keep up with the Quiche Foundation. How many booster shots in life? A couple left to you. So we're here. Hey, I thought you said you already had that made. Nope, we're going to send this around and see what everybody wants it to look like.
Right.
Oh, shit. It's the health egg logic shit all over again. Hey, motherfucker said what? Where's the Western News soundbite in that shit? Nowhere. There's those health ministry states. We're willing. We ain't listening to World Organization. Stop for 2 months. We're willing to experiment on our population. The booster shot. Quote unquote. Wow, man. He says a lot in that. That's kind of really retarded to me. So, look at this. The very bottom of this trough here, you know the Olympics are 2 weeks long, right? Very bottom of this crest is when the Olympics started. After this fucking crest here.
Yeah.
This big ass peak right here is where we're at.
It's right, yeah.
Where we're at.
Yeah. No, it's not a super spreader event. That has nothing to do with it. You get me? And what is that going to do when then people go back to their houses? I mean the transportation of the people.
They almost got 400 people infected inside the village. But yeah, anyhow. Yeah.
And the cooks. And everybody else.
That's when it started. And that's where we're at right now.
No, nothing to do. Looking the other way.
Peaking at 5,000 people. No, look. Here's the beginning of the outbreak. Over here.
Yeah.
This is since the shit began in Japan.
We're turning the curve.
since the began.
Yeah. Turning the curve.
All other waves and variants when they hit. Now this one's at 5,000 plus a day. Like India. Man.
Nuts.
Where's this information at in Western news? Wake motherfuckers wake up.
Finding the sellers of the
I understand.
of the modem, so I sent them a message.
Yes, dear.
At some point I had to do that.
Yes, I understand. But you should pay attention to this right here. With the heat being put in the different areas that it has, and you see how this over here has been changed, because in this part over here in the Indo-Pacific, you have fake islands that have been placed and so forth. Anyhow, we should pay attention to this, because they're stating this is going to collapse. It's slowing down. Our side over here, which means the ocean pump. Something has changed the convection over here because of all this cold water up here being melted.
See.
It's changing the salinity. When you change convection, the salinity, because cold water is heavier than hot water. But yet the oceans never touch each other. The waters are all separate.
Mm-hmm.
But yet through a convection of each other and moving, you have the ocean current pumps. Henceforth, why we're getting these weird hot spells. Cold spells here and there and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. But if this shuts down, again, global warming is global cooling. Because if you melt the ice caps, you stop this pump. It is why Ice Age happened, because when all that water up here and the deluge happened and washed this way and changed this, the last time that this got fucked with, and stopped this pump action, we went the Ice Age. That's what global warming does. Happens real quick. So, pay attention, please. This is why, over here, one is getting snow in Brazil and Bolivia. And again, where we're getting those weird things where the pump comes this way. So on this offshore here, what have you been seeing for the last 3 years? Pictures of the shore going that way. Away. Do you understand how that can happen? Because the water current's going down. This side comes up. And there's been a lot of hot air coming this way off. This side of Africa, we're getting 3 typhoons coming to Asia right now. So it hasn't been that week in 1,000 years. What would you say with the information? Like I say with you. Like Daddy said to me. What are you going to do with the information? I try to share it with you, dumb motherfuckers. What you going to do with it? So it was so important for me to have you stop for a second? So what will you do with the information? Like the people that present stated. Now you got the information, what you going to do about it? It's something real important. It's either going to happen
in 10 years or in a couple of decades.
But yeah, they always told us that this shit that we're happening right now is going to happen in
50 years.
Mason's. Mason's my age. So somehow Grandpa's living it, but the grandbaby was supposed to live. And studying about dinosaurs and crustacean period and all that kind of stuff when I was a little kid, because I wanted to be an archaeologist. One pays attention to these things and understands how different ages changed and so on and so forth, because of, again, the deluge and why
America looks the way it does, and you got this and that fossils found there, and this, and how Chesapeake Bay and all that kind of shit, and New York Bay and all that kind of shit was fucking founded, and harbors and all that shit were made. Because of ice sheets and other things that they talk about. And geo-erosions, how you got stuff from Canada down here on our plains.
Ice shit.
Got melted away. The water had to go somewhere. That mass amount of water going into something salinity changes that pump. It changes the earth. And it's worthwhile when you put islands, fake islands and other things like that. And like the issue of those people was seen shoveling the bird shit. But there's so much of it that's an island, so if you remove that and other things like that, you change.
Makes a little difference, yeah.
You know. So the more and more that you chink away at that, again, you change the whole world's ecosystem.
Yeah. Because there's different fishes that need different temperatures, algae, all of that, you know, of what lives in those waters. They ain't going to be getting that temperature specifically.
That's why you're seeing huge die-offs and so forth. But it's also those biomasses contribute to such temperatures and so forth. You understand? It's like the hummingbird or the insect that in correlation to the flower or whatnot that they're going to, you have a symbiosis where each structure is able to lock and key into itself. You understand? When you do those mass fishings and all that kind of stupid shit and all the things that we've been doing, again, the biomasses also contribute to that pump working. You understand? If you remove biomass from such or sedimentary buildup or change it in such manners, you get a different induction and Van der Waals effect, do you know? Upper here, because you change the way the water's been built. And so the static or hydrostatic in that stream and so forth will change.
Yeah.
It's like why all the corals are gone away and how they are trying to figure out how the coral reefs were seed potted. How do you think that is? The importance of how important whale bodies are. That's how they form. When dead whales fall to the bottom.
To the ocean.
Along the patterns of that pump. As they follow the krill.
So different deposits.
That was the first thing that started changing the oceans when they started killing off the whales for whale blubber and oil. Just think of that. But now we're finally thinking of banning sunscreens because, the corals that we do have. Try to save those. Anyhow, that was all I have to have me stop because as that changes, everything that you thought you knew about a season ain't ever gonna be the motherfucking same. Because again, pointing out to you, this is why you've been seeing, if you wish to say for us here, it would be the east coast shore of South American continent having those tidals reversals where there's no waves, no water. As they're pushing the water on the other side, as they're seeing the radar and the things that show that. But you got snow in Brazil and snow in
Snow in Bolivia. I was going to look that up.
Because the pump is fucked up. saying?
European news. The month of Pachamama, Mother Earth venerated by Quechua and Aymara. It's a good omen, according to the indigenous shamans, many of whom on Sunday approach sacred places such as the Huaraco Apacheta or the Chocoloco near La Paz to make offerings and perform ancestral rituals. With that, the goods are achieved are appreciated and our renewed prosperity is requested. And the renewed prosperity is requested. This looks like a thank you, and it's also so that the whole year can go well for us. So that there's business and also that this disease goes away. Let it in here. I just said that it's not, but nothing else.
So then
Yeah,
that how would I put it in a better way?
Bolivia and Peru.
So this is what my mind's formulating stupidly, but not proper. But I'll just blurt it out anyways. Fuck it. So think of this. They said 1,016 years ago is the last time this did this, right? In there it hinted at, but not in the sense of that it was a ritual of them having a sign of snow. Anthropologically, in the sense of looking in, because you can read Spanish and I cannot. Why don't you delve in the reality of looking into, since I got you and you yourself looked into the terracotta stuff, and from the Del Fuego meteor, asking you if you'd look into that, because there's mythos and legos that you're studying, seeing that those that witnessed from the top of the mountain seen it as the beginning, and those that were in the valley where the shit smacked seen it at the end. That's not where I'm getting at. But if 1,000 years ago they're saying this is the last time this shit happened, and they're saying their records, or what they can hyperbole over, if that is such, then in those areas there would be English shamanistic or mythos legos of it snowing. Understand what I'm getting at?
I do
But because my
understand
head
what
is injured, I'm not able to formulate it in the way that I'd like to.
No, I completely understand what you're
So,
saying. In this case,
if you could,
they mentioned that the month of August
it's Pachamama.
is the whole month, so they're
Yes,
putting
that's
it
nothing.
as a coincidence.
Yes,
Then
just and
there's
such.
that.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about looking into a specific ritual in the sense of back, because you can read Spanish and those things and have the ability to talk to people that are about that shit, that can actually look into cultural aspects of, again, from pressing and fucking with you and stating and going, look, how does somebody, if dinosaurs, what I was taught in my archaeological studies and so forth, with man and that terrible lizard, that's what dinosaur means in translation, where dinosaur means terrible lizard. You dinosaur on your head, but you should look it up. Dinosaur means terrible lizard. That's why when you read the Bible and you see terrible lizard, you know they're talking about fucking dinosaurs. Hello? And leviathans and shit like that. It's dinosaurs. Hello? The camphor and trees and the cypress shit they're talking about, they used to have to follow them and stuff, or speaking in a manner of which I am, but have them have to burn the incense to get the pterodactyls and print the other fucking shit. That's mostly what is found in that area. The shit that they show you in fucking movie Jurassic Park, the flying shit in the birdcage, that's in the camphor trees and so forth, described in scripture about them having to burn the incense to keep the motherfuckers from fucking with them, like when they came to South America, did the same shit. Which, what flying fucking creature is in South America? That was a reptile. It's a dinosaur, a terrible lizard. That supposedly didn't live with man. Same with the fucking Brachiosaurus, duck-billed, not platypus, but the duck-billed motherfucking dinosaur. Brontosaurus, Triceratops, Stegosaurus, all that shit. The one with the swinging tail and all that's all from South America, which is actually North America. So they say supposedly died before we did, but there's terracottas of people from several thousands of years ago that have them with such. But yet, what movies were they watching for somebody to fake that? Hello? So again, if that says 1,000 years ago was when the pump was fucked up, why don't you look back in history of those people in social demographic methods, Lagos, of when there is a ritual for snow. It's as easy as Google searching. There's a ritual for snow for the people that you know of their language or of their names, because I don't know the fucking names of the tribes down there in South Carolina. You do. It's as easy as asking your sister-in-law, because I don't speak the language, and she's supposedly indigenous, her and Cody. Hey, is there anything in your background of tribe for fucking snow? That simple. Instead of frowning the forehead, it's that simple. It's like me asking Comanche, hey brother, your language is similar to mine when I first meet the person while we're going through the flood. And ask him, I got, what? Monkey in my language. No, sorry for law. He had monkey, I have elephant. He explaining to you, the elephant came from him going to North America. But we call it South America. Me, I'm trying to understand how we lost the term for elephant, and now people try to say it's because it says butterfly, and the similarity of the ear. But yet fucking woolly mammoths were on this side of the United States, and they were on the other side of the United States, which is a fucking elephant. But they state they were gone before us. Hello? Look it over, you would. The word for elephant in Iroquois, they try to tell you it's for butterfly, but yet the elephant and the butterfly, while it's doing its ears like such, they're similar. Again, the Apache and Comanche language has fucking monkey in it. And I'm talking to the people down there where the jungle is. So what's the rituals for when the sky snows? You understand? If these people saying it's that far back, not 3 or 4 or 500 years ago, but 1,000, that would be quite far back enough to where there would be something made for that. You understand what I mean? Because that would be pretty detrimental, since they say people were dragging their knuckles shit around. They're not stating in the sense as such, but in the sense that it would be pretty detrimental, because 1,000 years ago, what was going on, honey? If slavery was going on for 400 or 500 years, the Benin tribe and everybody was doing their things and so forth, and they're showing people coming from Africa over to here and vice versa and so on and so forth. People were traveling and traversing the world, and you got stuff of Vikings and other people like that shit found on this continent. What were they doing on there? You understand what I mean? Is that weather would still kind of be the same as this, or not, unless the pump fucks up. Or if this is the same time as the pump was fucked up, then one has to look at the fall of what? The Mayans and other things and see why was their cisterns fucking going dry and other things. I wonder because the pumps were fucked up. So if you look at their calendars and other things at that time, like I was stating in scriptures and other things, if you look back at those times and you put it over the cookie cutter pattern what these people were talking about and saying to look out for, the way the oceans will do, the animals will act, blah 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 blah, the insects, the whole fucking 9 yards, it looks similar to me. But I don't know. You understand? Because Christopher Columbus came here at what time? How long ago? You understand? As they were going in their decline. Why were they going in a decline? Because their crops were failing and they had no water and other things like that. When was the last fucking time they said a pump fucked up? We're in solar major minor, which they were talking about in their calendar to be aware of. Magnetic flux has a heavy fucking ordeal on water. Yeah. There you go. My facial expressions, no comment back. I don't know.
It's kind of like the records of snow that they had not only on the myths and Aborigine tales, but in the records of how many times it had snowed in Bolivia.
That's only since Western's been taking the date, honey. That ain't gonna tell you shit. Except since it's been colonized. You know what I'm saying? Which was only a couple years back. 200 years ago. When the Spaniards started taking recollection and such and calling it Bolivia. Otherwise it's not Bolivia.
It says it had already snowed a month ago, on June 25th.
Mm-hmm.
That the government of Bolivia had declared orange alert for the intense snows that are in the border with Chile after 2 people died.
A month ago when those heat waves started happening here, when it showed that it was snowing in Brazil. That's for there to be a heat wave here, there's a codone somewhere. It's something to talk to your brother about.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare for. Since you stated where he lives at is border and such, that cold front would hit there. One would need to prepare since he's doing apiculture, otherwise you lose your bees. So keeping that in mind so you don't cut your ass out knowing when the wind blows. Understand? Especially with the clean stock that he's using. You understand? Right. Especially what I got your brother to admit to you what his clean stock is, which I knew what it was. They are not adapted to that cold. Because they've been genetically modified for that temperate air. That information I was trying to give without argument is truly needed to keep that going. So all it takes is a couple of weird snaps like that. And if one doesn't know about the spermatica, which he wasn't being educated on, all you're doing is wasting money because you got fucked up genes. You're not understanding such. You need to be breeding stuff to be prepared for such temperate variations. Otherwise that strikes and it's done. This is a double whammy. He's farming and such. So solar collectors, other things as such to heat the soil and other things. Otherwise they have a cold snap like that. His food is gone. If not his, Vicente's. So it has to be educated in the sense of acquiring that knowledge and using an understanding of heating the soil, maybe even separating that stuff out, also doing the same for the bees. If they don't intentionally cause this and it's just the pump doing it itself, because we have homogenized the things that we use as pollinators and our food crops around the world, things switches as our poles change. Those things that have been moved that used to be grown up here that are down here, as you see, are dying because up here's weather changed and they don't have the space to put it back up there. As again, how do you lose 70% of the world's motherfucking coffee in just one little frost? Do you think people would invest money if that would happen ever? Over and over fucking again?
People will be more prepared or have covers or do somehow like greenhouse effect to overcome that offset of the season, but they're not ready. Like Washington is not equipped for
It wasn't
AC.
Washington.
I'm just saying these people are not equipped because they were not expecting to get the snow that they did.
They weren't expecting it to get cold at all. Because again, you don't invest and put that kind of stuff there.
No, it's not expected. So why would you have the infrastructure?
Exactly. And because of one doing such, there is no time to install infrastructure to help the shit. Because one's precept is it's cheaper to just move where I can grow it. Instead of tackling the issue of why you moved the shit first place there. Blah blah blah. Which was global warming in the first place when these industrials started moving stuff into your continent. They started seeing we could do stuff here in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. The temperature was changing and other things. Why motherfuckers started moving grapes and other things like that to California and all this shit when our temperature here started going into a drought. And you started seeing all the fucking grape orchards and shit go to Napa and all that kind of shit. And, oh my god, we gotta make Napa Valley fucking the spot. Well, what put the fucking wine of California on the map? Someone using a focal crystal and taking the fucking nitrates out of the goddamn bullshit to where it tasted like the shit out of Italy. But they think it's that. So they rush. There goes our aquifer in the ground, which is partly what kept us moist because the trees and so forth. There's no oaks, there's none of the shit that's there that absorbs and does the moisture that it would do and all the stuff that it did. Just like in the ocean. It took the biomass away that's normally there, absorbing and also refracting the radiation that it does as such. It's like watching the aquifers change on the mountains, watching stupid motherfucking ski resorts cut the goddamn ski slopes and put the shit for the gondolas and stuff up. And watch the snow pattern change. I was like, why you gotta start putting artificial snow up now? But instead of fucking tackling and doing it in the proper manner, we just keep pumping about them. How much that motherfucker say it was for fucking just the ice rink for the motherfuckers to fucking rink that shit? It was like 1,000,000 motherfucking gallons an hour or some shit. There's how many of them motherfucking things all over the place? In California? I'm not saying the world is in California. So I laughed at it at the time. They showing the reservoirs, but they still got people at the ski resorts and shit doing the thing like there's no fucking issue. And I go, what the fuck is it? What's the point of this shit? If that shit right there can still go on, in the name of what? It's like the risk means the ends. Like we're gonna open up so you can travel because we need to make money. Why the fuck all the spots that you gotta open this shit up to all got exposure when you had it down? Now people have to go to hospital because they're actually catching the flu and shit now. When you had it done because nobody was traveling. It was covering their mouth and shit. Doing Abrahamic faith fucking supposed to be the Christian way. Fucking being proper and etiquette. Not shaking hands and doing all that shit. Oh my god. What happened? Bro got healthy. And now we're back to the fucking... You can see the difference between the Hashemites and the Canaanites and the Edomites. How they act. Something you should look into. Because you see what they are and what their lineage is. It's a trip. But the predators are in the time of need and so forth. But yeah, talking about that stuff, what you talking with your parents in the sense of explaining and trying to state, you know, depending on what your parents buy when they come here. And depending on what time it was when your parents had left and immigrated, is, unless I'm misunderstanding, that's how long your family's been in Argentina on one side, or is it, are you fourth or fifth generation Argentinian? You comprehend what I'm saying? Because I'm a third generation American on my grandmother's side. My grandma Ella used to be funny.
Third?
She was the first generation, my mom's second, born here on this continent. I'm the third child born on this continent from that side that came from off this continent like you. Comprehend? And Kayla's the fourth, Mason's the fifth.
Yeah, third and fourth, I think.
So is the other grandbaby coming from Kayla still the fifth? When they have a child, will be the sixth. What are you from you stating your family immigrating to Argentina?
From my dad's side, he said that his mom's mom had the whole accent, never learned fucking Spanish the proper way, that she never really adapted. So she wasn't born there, she was taken there. His mom was the first generation, he's second generation, I'm third generation. On my mom's side, my mom was born in Argentina, my grandma's born in Argentina. I believe her parents were born in Argentina. No, because that's way Muller. That was German. So I think my grandma was just born in Argentina. My great grandparents, I don't think they were from either side born in Argentina.
She get confirmation again. Something that would let you know more about yourself. The foods, things that are eaten, different snacks, blah blah blah. Let you know where they come from. Following a way of fingernail biting. You understand?
Or chocolate eating.
Still fingernail biting. Oh. Ever since that, I really coughed. Feels like I'm getting my brains crushed on this thing, man. That's why my emotional response didn't have an emotional response to it when I sent that message to my wife. If I can't fulfill my mission of understanding who that person is. So I told you earlier a couple hours ago, fuck it. That extra cash made. Fucking. I'll submit my blood again. Unwillingly. Not wanting to, but fuck it. That's my only option. That's the only thing I do. And find out. And be done with it. If I don't get an answer from that person. That's some bullshit. Worry about my feelings. How dare you? How could you ever bring that up and try to hurt me like that? That's all I did was ask you who my dad is. How the fuck you hurt? What's wrong with you? You gonna pull the car over and get out the car and fucking walk down the street and act all up like this in front of my wife? I'm confused. You even took this shit to a whole different level. I ain't seen this before. Before all you used to do when I was a kid was smack me and tell me shut up. Stop asking for the man. I'm going to provide for you. Shit. I just asked you who the fuck my daddy is, man. Shit. So all the other motherfucking shit that come out your mouth. I don't care no more. So I said I'm at that point. So I said you've and certain things have pushed me that way where my response is in that manner. What's this 0 to 20 now? 1,000. 0 to 20. I'll pump the brake. Pop the clutch real quick and show you. Please, let's get back to 0 if you would. Since you like 0. Otherwise, we can go past this if you want. You're acting in this manner, so here, let's race. We can get super fast. I just like drama class and other things and did drama school too. And drama class. No, I said I did drama class. I mean, I can play a character and so forth, so I said to you, be mindful, because if my scans ever mimic how the way I act, it'd be fucked up, but they don't. That's why I said be careful what you say to someone that was your client. That's why I say here recently several times in the videos, please don't get yourself misconstrued thinking it's a character if you don't understand how me and my wife are talking with each other. That's not me. It's my scans on show. So don't say that to somebody that listening to how they talk to somebody else is how they talk to themselves in the head. You know? So, I don't know. 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 I don't know
not talk to yourself in the tone and manner that you talk to myself?
No, I don't talk to myself, period. That's why I explained to you. That's why my scan shows it.
Many times that you have expressed yourself like mind chatter, this and this and this and that. Mind chatter, this and this and this and that. Do you not think of those thoughts as the way that you're talking to yourself?
Right now, engaging my mouth, there's thoughts. Otherwise, without, the ambience is there. It's always been my issue. Again,
So, honey, like for example, when you keep citing, when you keep quoting or
that
talking
you've
about
done
your
something?
uncle,
My uncle and what?
on the
And
things that
which
your
one?
uncle would, on Lemon Street.
My Uncle Clarence?
Yeah, your Uncle Clarence.
In what reference? That I'm sitting down thinking about it, or I'm responding to somebody's actions and words?
When you said, like for example, when it had taken me long to get home or something, and when I get home, you say, like, if I would allow my mind chatter, or if I would.
Yes, if I had mind chatter in a sense of trying to talk with you. Otherwise, I'm getting what I'm done. The mind chatter is of in any thousandth of a second of the time that's gone by of thinking the stuff that was said to me. Or the things that a normal person that you would think in their head, be it that the person that they're with hasn't communicated with them. When this is something that you've talked with them about for like fucking almost a decade. Of mind chatter of, is this bitch dead on the side of the road? Or is she getting train ran on her? Or is she been kidnapped or is ICE got her? It's a simple fucking thing.
Well, then.
For it to go beyond that is what
If
my
it's
cousin.
not mind chatter, is
For it to
self-image,
go beyond mind
the way
chatter,
that one
for it
respects
to
oneself.
actually be mind chatter, means that it went to the point of my cousin walking into the shop and stating I'm fighting with my wife about my mind chatter. The only time that I've ever gotten to argue with you about my mind chatter is to say, hey, to keep mind chatter from fucking happening is if you can do this like an adult does.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Well, so if one don't have no mind chatter.
Oh my god. Did you
like
understand that? Don't just blow it off. You say you understand, but you're talking to me about this. So again, where's the mind chatter? Of, can you help me keep from having mind chatter? Which is, can you be a fucking adult and communicate with me while you bought walkie-talkies, all this shit, because the administration act just went out. Fucking kidnapping motherfuckers left and right. I've been arrested, almost got whisked away when you left. Didn't say nothing to me, came home to a house that your husband fucking got fucked off by probation. Hello? Or do you not fucking live in reality of why someone, not me, but you asked me, and we pinky sweared on it, because you're frightened ass. Realizing fucking reality. So to keep from that mind chatter being in my head, I have to say, I agree with you. What do I do? And you thank me for it. What do I do? And you bring it up like this. You don't do it. You don't do it. The first thing out of your mouth is fucking, be glad that I'm home. Yeah, I'm glad that you're home, but what's this macro aggression of be glad that I'm home when I'm not asking about the pizza? It's the first other thing. The first other thing out of your mouth is fucking, I got the pizza, and I didn't say shit about the pizza. I said, hey, you told me you were on the way to get a pizza. That I called in. That would be done at 7:50. You showed up at 9:50. All I asked you, 9:54 to be exact,
Yeah,
Can
I was
yes,
picking
here.
up the pizza at 9:05.
I don't fucking care when you pick the pizza up. Last communication with my wife is at 7:16. In your body language. What did I just say? You left the house, and 5 minutes after you left the house, I'm getting fucking put in handcuffs, stupid. What the fuck is wrong with you? And you asked me to do what? In communication with your monkey ass for it. And so I say, can you do the same? When you see me in communication, and the last time I talked with you, and I'm sitting somewhere, and as an adult, you tell me what? So as an adult, as the hours go by, no one communicates with someone as an adult. What fucking thing would come into my head if I allow it? And I am not sitting doing zikr. Otherwise, it eats me up. It eats up anybody. That's why I say if you're married to a normal motherfucker, man, you'd be getting your ass whooped in every which way, up and down. Besides being physical, of someone being aggravated, of having to have a talk with you and ask you, and you stating you understand, and keep fucking doing it over and over again, and then bring it up to them like they have a fucking issue, of saying you don't have a thought, and then going, what the fuck is your issue? Do you not comprehend why a motherfucker's fucking asking you? Cause, how many times have I been put and arrested, so on and so forth, and in a tax place that you went to, the fucking people are telling you that they are putting what the fuck they call that shit? Civil, parental, whatever the fuck, liability ship for someone else that ain't the parents' kids, because the motherfuckers are getting snatched while they going grocery shopping and shit. And it's driving in the store. Man, fuck this shit. It's stupid, dude. So when you walk in the house, and you fucking tell me, fucking, I got your pizza, and the fucking shit, be glad that I'm home, a motherfucker says, why in the fuck is your response to that, dude, when I'm asking you, honey, I don't care what you do. I just ask, can you please, because one of these days I just might actually fucking call. Because fuck, 2 or 3 hours, you'd be dead cold by then. You'd start being rigor mortis, dude. When should I start worrying? I've been asking you, when should I actually call and act like I fucking care? Because it's funny. You want me to call and check on you, Bonnie? Why would I do that? So if the thing is, if you disappear and I have to do a leadway, just shut up. If I have to have a leadway of 3 to 5 hours before I should start acting concerned. Hear what I'm saying? Because now you're walking over there and fucking blanking me out like normal.
I'm cold, Ezekiel. You want to put the windows
There's a
up
fucking
outside?
jacket right there. Put it on if you're cold or whatever the fuck you wish to
down.
do. Sure, but it's always when I'm bringing something up. I'm cold, I'm walking over here. Or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. Go over there and lay down. Honey, go over there. What you want to do? You just said you'll fall asleep over there, so you're going to go to sleep. Like I said, go lay down, honey. I'm done.
No, you weren't.
I'm done, honey, please.
You want me to...
I don't want you to do nothing.
When you were done already 5 minutes ago.
I was done 5 minutes ago? Sure. I was done 5 minutes ago.
Good for you, Ezekiel. Go home and lie down.
It's going down. This is either from Dixie or from the river fire. It's either the Dixie or the river fire. The river fire is over there. cold. Being in all this ion cloud. It's fucking cold. You know the people too. They just started setting up a water hydro plant, actually. It's kind of funny at the same time as I started mine. And it'd be an easy communication for you too. When you're done, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This family. Click on the dad's name and go into this thing. They live in like how we are. That's it. You look at all that other stuff, but you have people around you living in the thing the more. If you really want some information and insight, you can communicate with them. Van life and all that stuff you watch. We don't live in a van, we live like that. We have several people in it. Clients that aren't clients to me, but are living like this. And with kids. Something you should get into instead of watching van life if you wish to have a baby and you doubt them. They said the child comes within us. So you need to figure out how to do that. How would it be for here, right? That's what you put your time into. Because the van life and shit like that is people sponsored and doing stuff. So you remember who this family is? So, that's a very beautiful family. He had a long conversation with the wife, as I did with the husband, and with both of them, because of where they lived at. Just a couple hours from us, by the ocean, with the trees that are bowed, and the neighbor that was doing the shit, archaeology that's not supposed to be doing. She's a school teacher, so is he. I'm missing some apopholites. that went home with them, like koi fish apophyliting, and so forth. Do you remember them now? You were correct. Belvington. So they live by the ocean, as they're explaining to us. And they had that rich person that bought that shit and was doing that stuff to them, but their property is their families that they inherited. It's about 3 times the size of ours. And they're trying to do that communal thing. That's the year. Say anything that's familiar to you? You met the young lady. Yeah, I was just showing you the flag I'd given them, along with the koi, calcite, so on and so forth. They'd sent me a video showing the altar and other things like that. But that's what I was saying. We got folks that are on YouTube if you wanted to communicate with, instead of watching someone's thing and making their view count go up so they get more revenue. That's why I would look at you like, what are you doing? Those people aren't even living like how we are. We have a bunch of people that are, from us talking with them, and they started doing it at the same time that we said we were going to do it. But argument, and body language, and the person shuts down and tries to show you it again. Like the post yesterday from 3 years ago. Here, check this out. Maybe you might understand. Because for 3 years I've been stating actually longer about the Theseus or Serpentis to you. It has to do with your father and our grandson. Maybe you might understand the wording verbatim that I'm using here. I've been saying it over and over again. But maybe reading it and saying it out loud, it might refresh your memory that this is what your husband talks about. Fucking over and over again like a broken record. While I'm stating to you, I can see that I'm doubting my mom, that she's not understanding what you're stating, as you don't even understand how you're stating your stuff. The separation, so what's the separation of the bodies that you're stating to this person, and one's more amplitude modulation of being able to pick up than the others, sympathetically. Because you're using the physical body, but that's not physical. It's not solid. But we'll say it is. So, what modality do you work with? And by doing that, how do you have a true conversation or illustration to the client? Solid? If they think shit's solid and you're telling them you're scanning the physical body, but yet in your understanding and so forth and work is that it's not solid, how do you explain to someone that you're not scanning their physical body, but you're having to use a preset conversational blanket statement that I'm scanning your physical body? To someone that's unlearned, they think it's solid. Hello? I was illustrating that to you. Please. You got my mom fucked up. Because even yourself is not putting that. And it shows. So hey, stuff that you've learned from me, as I stated the other day, when you're reading it, that's why people tell you that they feel what they feel from you now after meeting me, but they feel it when you're not with me. As I was stating, don't do like my mom and other stupid fucks do, where they go and claim to, oh, now you're saying you're like God because I'm around you. No, I said, after meeting me, you're getting those things. Before meeting me, you didn't. But without me, you get told that after meeting me. It's up to you to cultivate that shit. Henceforth, Jim and everybody else explaining that to you. I don't ever felt that from nobody else. But you guys. Didn't say from me, you guys. Okay? I've tried it on my own doing that stuff. How many times have you fucking heard that from people? You in your life have never even fucking thought of doing the shit. You know what I'm saying? And now you're able to, if you wish to, or do it stronger if you wish to, but just by being in the presence of another motherfucker because you turned the shit on, they go, oh shit, you're different. Huh. What the fuck? Some motherfucker says, why don't you cultivate that, motherfucker, or get the fuck away from me because you're bringing me down. Why not keep moving? Because I keep moving. And to communicate with somebody that I want to keep moving means I have to exert more energy to excite you, henceforth the questioning and trying to have a conversation and so forth to keep you on par. Otherwise I have to degrade my intelligence to communicate with someone that doesn't want to keep moving, that just wants to be sedentary. Hello? Henceforth the arguments of, hey, you want to be part of this conversation? Hey, can you be part of this conversation? Without the fucking body language? Because you'd be kicked out the Terry Cop. Because you question too much. You talk too much shit. With that body language, which is more than what I'm speaking with my mouth. Low-level CIA people use that to read people and manipulate them. So I get frustrated in the sense of, what do I have to figure out to try to get the information that I've been saying for over and over again? I rewrite stuff, I make pictures, drawings, illustrations, spew for hours. And the person says, hey, I said that. And I go, okay, did you put it in that fashion? Otherwise, you leave open the matter of someone doing a Google search where it's, what the fuck are they actually looking at? Paid ads? Fucking, hello? Did you give them the actual URL link? Or are they just seeing a fucking spirit told me and blah 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 and da 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 and da da da, and it's like, yeah, none of that shit fucking applies to this, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? Because you're coming from ego with associative manner. Have you digested what was been said? Are you understanding the annealage and why the tingling makes you feel as it does? Henceforth, my mom stating what she said and you opening up and stating what you did, and I go, why do you keep divulging new information? Well, I just remembered this. Well, fuck, honey. You never had nothing fucked up happen to you, so how in the hell do you have a fucking split personality? In the sense of, I can't remember something and recall. I had to have something jog to me because somehow I have repressed and suppressed those memretics. As I've talked with you about almost a decade ago. Saying you need to uncover that shit because it's going to pop up on you. Every time you have a conversation with my mom or whatnot, someone says something, and it's like on AI, iRobot, or fucking Will Smith says to the hologram, and the hologram tells him, yeah, you asked the right question, and fucking your movie click happens, and someone gives some information, like what my mom does, where she gave me information about the normal sarcoidosis because I said something. You understand?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
With scanning you, I ask, I don't see no fucking trauma that should make it to where one has to split as such. How do you have that as such? Because I've only incurred that with people that have had traumatic instances to where they break up their consciousness to deal with the stress or alleviate the stressors. You understand? Where you literally have to work on somebody and unfold that that consciousness or time construct away to where they can see the fucking Wolverine jacket right there. Otherwise, that consciousness that controls the body at the time can't see that. Understand what I'm saying to you? You've seen it with my mom. As I've pointed out, when she speaks in a certain way and she goes underneath a certain age, amplitude, and voice and nature, can that person see that fucking thing? Who are you talking with? So I was finding who are you talking with when you reached out to talk to your grandmother. You speak on the woman. You understand? As in the balance to the fucking guy standing on the boat in a cluster of boats where the ships fucking stop running. So as you've seen with Pave Paul, why does the fucking airplane stop working and so forth? The Spirit explains to you. Because the observer's in a complete different motherfucking what? The rocket still hit the spot. What time crushed up are you in, kid? Motherfucker can get bit by a motherfucking cat and start hearing voices. And your husband explains to you what's going on and you scan. And a nigga opens up to you and tries to talk with you like your husband. Off his fucking chest and soul explains to you truth. And you look at him like you do your husband, where he can tell. You go, okay. Well, I said, let's stay on this person. Because the only other time he's opened up like this is to the doctors. And what they do to the man? You need pills, nigga. But as you're stating this, that I need pills, I'm explaining to you what your nurses are talking about 2 whole ways over. It's like fucking hear them. The tendinitis that you're trying to say I got is listed as fucking reality of not psychosis. So if that's proven fact, motherfucker, pay attention and be aware in the conversation. That supposedly misheard songs, words, sounds, and tendinitis is in someone else's motherfucking realm and construct. How am I hearing your words and I'm telling you what the fuck you guys are trying to give me? And you're telling me, and then we're leaving the room after trying to give me more pills to try to make it go away. Who did he have to talk to? Nobody. He opened up to us and then he went and almost fucking died because I'm just fucking feeling good. I almost get fucking the fuck beat out of me. We're going to the bar. They helped the man with his own motherfucking biker gang. We don't realize the man don't need the meat that you guys just gave him or the motherfucking beer you just gave him because he can literally fall dead right there. Besides, he can't even got his ear so fucked up he can't even walk, and the motherfuckers let him ride a motorcycle over here, dude. He's just been drinking beer all day in the park. Okay, yeah, you guys care. As long as I get the fuck away from you guys, really fucking care. Can you guys get this motherfucker a hamburger? I'll pay for it, or a hot dog. Sisters, put fruits and vegetables on it. Not me. You motherfuckers act like you care for this nigga. He's about to die. I'm scanning him and he's about to die. System shut down. But sure. What was that? The things that you've lived that were yours. I only interjected because in the sense of I sense the client is not comprehending as oneself at that time and aptitude as you state like my mom. Well, my fucking vision's changed. Huh? Your vision's changed, huh? Okay. Well, since you say to acknowledge that, please don't go backwards, because this stepping stone here, if you say acknowledge it, will help you. And if you truly acknowledge it, a little same similarity of empathic thing, you shouldn't have the same hiccup. It should be forefront. You talking on it, not me. Your verbatim and illustration should change to where a person doesn't get confused. As that person had, because you've learned from that experience to be able to say in this manner.
You understand what I'm saying? You're getting another noise? Oh, wait. We're going to make an air breather system for bugging the house. I have to do a snorkel system to bubbles. Bubble that shit. That's why I get worried with this weird whack shit. I say, what the fuck are you trying? I've already been through this before. You did it with Erica, and you did it with Heather. Where if you always wish the shit that you stated, again, how did things go the way that it did? I won't speak upon it no more, but just stating. Seeing someone do that with other relationships and then state that shit that was stated. It's like, no, dude. I fucking Emmett Smith you. Put my hand to your face. And back up. Let me analyze you first. Throw some things out there and see if you can still respond in the manner that you always have. So I gotta look out for number one. As you taught me. Make sure you don't do that dumb shit. So here you say you've done all these changes. Not doing nothing to you to cost you or cause perturbation other than here's what the scan's gonna say. Here's what the scan's been saying. Boop. And okay.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how things would have been different. But at the same time, with your what's the need of her intervention at all time, all
what's
along
the intention? What is
in
your
your
purpose?
life? Yeah.
What is this whackness that you have? That's why I say I'm sober now.
But like you're saying, I understand you reflecting even like in previous relationships because it's like things that you like you're saying about the coming of our wedding, things that are crucial that needs to be clarified because otherwise you wouldn't understand how the rest of the things played. Like not just with Michaela, but like your mom making that nasty comment and pushing me away when I had done nothing to the woman. Like she wouldn't have liked me from the beginning, Ezekiel, regardless of me asking her or not.
You're tripping. There's a difference. You can't state that. Again, I stated.
The kind of love that she gives
Avery
is
brung
you're
home a
for
person.
me.
Avery brung home a person because he was raised the same way I was. Only difference is I grew up and got away from the Stockholm. Henceforth, Erica, Heather, they seemed like they were self-sufficient at the time in my childishness. And the way that when we teamed up, I had a partner, in a sense, in crime against my bully.
Mm-hmm. But your mom
Hear
would
what I'm
always
saying
be
to you.
receptive to everybody
Hear what I'm
until they
saying.
show that they're not
Hear what I'm saying to you.
about the bullying.
Hear what I'm saying to you. And that blindness and how I get enwrapped in the other person's life as I did with you. And I had to explain to your parents the picture that your daughter painted to me. That Raul dad, he never touched her affectionate to mom. Therefore, why is she lock and key to somebody that doesn't know how to show that? Is the way they were raised. Me, I'm going to your daughter. What the fuck is wrong with you? You can't see your parents have been affectionate the whole time that I've seen us be married. Every time you come out, Dad, you're doing that. It's worthwhile bringing this up to your attention, Mom and Dad.
My dad is hella affectionate.
Your
Yesterday
fucking
he was
child
doing like this to my mom's
thinks
leg. He just
that-
looks at her.
Thinks that, so on and so forth. So, in that regards, honey, please speak to my family, do what I've been doing, because my exes never did that. And as I was stating, with the Latin thing, so on and so forth, blah blah blah. Fucking, if I would have came home with the Mexican sister, or an Americanized one I could do with Heather, but someone in a sense where there was bitch in her and fight. Why? One did not like each other inside the house. When I got out of jail and started asking, what the fuck are you doing? Don't kowtow to this person. The issue between she and my mother happened. And it was, I can't take this, I'm going to go finish my college. Otherwise, what you lived with, she lived with. After us, living on the streets,
I can only imagine
having to worry about nothing.
that your mom has not overnight just become like that.
And then
Your
all
mom
of a
had
sudden, we're
always been
inside
like
of the
that.
house, and she's seeing the person that says she wants to be with and do what we're doing right now, go from her seeing this man get fucking fight with the police, fight with motherfuckers, beat motherfuckers' asses and shit,
To being at your
to come
mom's
to the house and see
will
me.
call 24/7, which is the less attractive thing that somebody can do to the other persona, you know. And it's like, your mom knows. She fucking knows. What the fuck is she getting from it? She wouldn't be attracted to something like that. Why is she cultivating that for other person to see? You know what I'm saying? It's so dehumanizing.
So,
Like, what are you getting from it?
and at the time I didn't
In the
drink.
message I wrote your mom,
At that time,
to
I
your
didn't drink.
children, you give wings, you don't fucking cut them.
At that time I didn't drink
Why
alcohol.
would you do that?
At the time I didn't drink. It was the only other sober moment in my adult life like right now.
But there's always that split heart that you want to help. It's your mom, but you don't agree with the abuse. You don't agree with the mythology. You don't
No.
agree with, and she has to accommodate to that. It can't be win-win for her all the time. You know, like you can't get the fucking love, nurturing, and service while you're fucking bullying somebody. No, yeah, you get it, and you fucking change. Because his love is changing you, because his energetics is changing you, because you're receptive and you're feeling, you know, because you're like feeling, you're demanding it and you're feeling entitled to it, but you don't think that you have to put anything towards that
watching
plate.
your energetics change when we were in the apartment is why we got out, as I explained to you. I watched my mother make you go dark as I seen her do with Heather and every other woman I've been with, which every person I've ever been with I've brought home is the type of person that I am, stupidly. I'm old school. I go and meet their parents. Even the persons I'm cheating with, on the person I'm supposedly with. They're coming home, and I'm meeting their parents. Fucking whack. That's why I said to you, what the fuck broke
You're too
you?
involved.
What broke you? It's just the way that I am with my autism and shit.
I'm gonna respond to Gabriel that yes, we can meet up here in the farm. It's way better for me. I want to drive to her house and sweat gas.
why my modality is how it is. But again, speaking to you and stating, my mind is silent, and I keep explaining to you zippers. And that was an eye-open meditation. The stresses that I have been through and the shit that supposedly should be mind shattered for me, how is my scan not to show that? As I keep explaining to you, henceforth back to stating I have made it a point to try to make your mind not get as a child and differentiate for you. I'm speaking to you not as a husband with emotion, but I'm talking to you as another dowser. And we have a fucking talk like that, so that emotion doesn't get involved. Because how do scientists get in fights? The fuck is the sticker on your feather state? I keep trying to talk with you about. It's a scientific piece of equipment, right? Experimental equipment. So if I'm talking with you with stuff that has 30 bars, how the fuck does emotion get into it to where it is an argument unless you're being passionate and it's something that is something of a modality you're wishing for me to express and see that's so passionate for you. Otherwise, your passion is coming from emotion because you're not doing it from a scientific fucking point of view. I keep getting frustrated and trying to explain to you why do you keep going that way when I'm telling you I'm not talking to you in that manner. You understand? As you see me try to do the same with my mother. Mom, I'm trying to talk to you as what? Because you have a certification stating what? You have a decade and a half of your life of fucking stating what? So what the fuck is your issue when I try to talk to you? At the same time, you see me as others and you do this fucking, well, what school piece of paper you got? When you talk to me in this manner. As you see what people and they go, what the fuck? That is so goddamn childish. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you like a fucking fucktard, dude. You understand? Or I go from 0 to 20 and pop the clutch on them. What the fuck is your issue then? Let's see where you're actually at. Oh, you're getting stuck on syntax, connotation, or the fucking my breath in the sentences and other things. Oh my god, my phone, I'm projecting my voice now. I'm not yelling. Change the pitch of my voice and other things as you heard when I yell.
I don't understand why your mom has the highest freaking
Precondition and fucking
towards
negative.
yourself,
Negative.
towards
What I
you.
trying to figure out is where the fuck is
Not
the negative
knowing the
influence
world
comes
like
from?
you.
Yeah. Where does the negative influence comes from? What is mind chatter in your fucking head to where it is attack this nigga?
Yes, like that. All fucking time. And it's hell uncomfortable. Hell fucking uncomfortable.
If you think it's uncomfortable
Well,
for
I
you.
know if it's uncomfortable for me, I can only imagine how it is for you. But at the same time, it's like to observe it. It's like
Where I'm really like showing you how do I respond to this, babe. Here's what I said to this person. I said, hello, how are you doing?
well, what do you care if da 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 da? And it's like I was saying, how you doing? Because I fucking care. But you choose to see that nobody cares. But every fucking time you need something, that boy is fucking there. And you want to get more. But you can only fucking squeeze the fucking titty of the cow heart so much, and then there's some that gotta come natural flow. You can't fucking always be pushing it, like pushing it. I see it as demanding when one is not fucking watering the ground. Like you're only gonna get so much because you ain't cultivating it. Forced shit like that ain't don't work.
I mean, a cactus does need some water in the desert. Succulents do need a little
But
bit
it
of
gets
water.
to a point that before it was like, with the excuses with Michaela, like your mom told me, oh, that girl is hella smart. I'm like, I've never doubted that she was smart. I never thought she was stupid. I was making excuses for her. That's what I'm saying. You understand? So I kept making excuses for you, you know, for some reason, but at some point it gets like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
Keep excuses because of like the moral respect and the moral obligation of what a parent figure is and all of that one has accepted, but it gets to a point that is like, if this person is not gonna fit that role, fuck it. Why am I gonna keep to the standards of this role entertains when the person ain't fucking doing it?
Why, how many moms have you met of mine? And how many dads? And how many people that I haven't called mom but tell me to call them mom? Okay?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Like her constant obsession on making you
And none of them are fucking...
feel like a piece of shit.
None of them are family. None of them are blood or people that have been in my life long enough for me to call family like Aunt Heidi. You understand?
Yeah.
And I say that in no disrespectful way to Aunt Heidi. She just has never put herself in a position of such like that out in front to where she could be attacked by my mother because of the fear of hearing something like that come out of my mouth. You understand? Think about it. Your mom started getting attacked when I said, Mom, to your mom. You understand what I just said? Hello? Talking with you. I'm gonna get a response from you. Did you understand what I just said?
Yeah, but your mom should tell the mom and you tell her to.
No, I said a mother to me that I looked up to but never got said as she is a mother figure to me was Aunt Heidi. Why do you think that is? She's never said that and I never said that in front of my mother. Why do you think that is? Because it's simply just by simply putting how you doing today, Mom, on Facebook to your mother for the first time. What the fuck happened after that?
Yeah, and my mom and everything and everybody that had nothing to do with.
Okay. Do you think she ever pulled that shit with Lori?
Yeah, I remember the kind of things that she would say about Lori. While the woman was letting us stay there, buying our jewelry, nothing but like love. Super kind, never talk shit to you.
The only thing that came out of the woman's mouth and John's mouth used to be born is how's your mother doing?
Yeah, yes. Every time, and you're like, oh, she just talk hella shit about, you know, you're thinking in your head like, oh, she just like talk hella shit about you, and you're asking me how's your mom.
Let me try to reach out to my mother so that you can speak with her and not say nothing and have to eat that.
No, it's not. Ezekiel's not the kind of fucking.
But why is that stuff being said? Because what is her son doing? Codependently going and helping someone because he can't find it at home. As I was stating, why don't you notice what your brother's doing, why he got Samina's family involved, and not take my words as an attack, but stating as in the recording, asking you, trying to listen to it with you, and it turning into a fucking argument where me stating, your brother's getting what I'm getting that I didn't get at home, as we all do. There is learning for you. You had to figure out what it is for my mother, as I state. How you heal my side as I did yours. Because I don't wait for tea and crumpet's side. Henceforth, why your dad is asking you questions as your husband is stating what they would be. And they're mirroring each other word for fucking word. Unless you're lying to me and stating what your dad said to you. Am I lying on my words and saying word for word? Because before you said that your daddy said those things, I'm saying what to you? And then you're repeating. You understand? I mean, going, I wonder why that is. Now, why?
because I'm considered the asshole to you in a sense because of my conversations with your family. But if you open up, hey, and I tell you, I'm not going to let my garden get fucked up. No one wants to pay attention to translate for me. I'm going to get my point across. That point is this. We have to be in this manner. Look what happens. You understand? Why I say control the conversation with my mom, as I've done with your side of the family. Even though we don't speak the same motherfucking language. You understand?
I was just talking about about the last time the earthquake ever hit the East Coast. Again, a sign of scalar happening. The last time it had happened, they made Hurricane Irene come in, and then Sandy the same flight path. And they were doing motherfucking shaking it etch a sketch in the sky. I never seen it before like that, except for over here. Berkeley had recorded them. But the earthquake thing that your dad watched and shit like that, they're not recorded.
Yeah, I know. He said my mom mentioned things.
They're not recorded.
Inside of this chamber.
Reactor going. This
And
stuff's
then
still
anode
going,
is
baby,
inside
on
this
its own
chamber.
with no power.
Inside of a chamber with another chamber. And that bar is an anode. Inside of a chamber.
Put this together with just my
Inside of a
mind.
chamber. Glass filled
Bubba
tube
wouldn't pay
with silver,
no mind
dust,
until I started getting
and
it going.
pulsite. As you see,
Tried to get her to watch the video of that
when I
one
hit
day.
it and give it potentiation from the laser,
You see it change.
it gets me high, but the altimeter reading changes as that charge from the laser gives charge to it, and you have a change in electricity's ion and cation, activity, and it shows up here as you see the change. You understand? I'll hit it here in the cesium chamber, the anode, or cathode, I'm sorry. No change. When I do it to the anode chamber and charge, you get a change of potentiation. And these guys really vibrate, as you see. You can see them from the side better, the plasma GANs that are collecting in there. They look like a quartz crystal when you hit it with the laser. And as you see, there's no ions in that chamber, like here in the water. You see the laser beam that's been leaking out from right here. Otherwise, all the ions are inside this chamber here. And it's connected through this tube into this chamber, which is connected up here from this chamber to this chamber. Yet, there's no ions, as you see in that guy. You see? Here. There's no ions in there. You see? Even in this this nuclear winter, we got 2 amps coming into the workhorse.
2 amps.
Yep. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Monocrystallines wouldn't be producing nothing. Interesting is, you got 4 phase and 6 phase of water there. And again, remember those chambers are separated. And you're watching it from the side, seeing the cesium and the what? You pull out the poolisite, mixed with ground down silver. This is before you started getting the platinum and shit on the outside that UCN didn't see. Where's it come from? Why is there still stuff in it? It ain't had water in it in a year. But yet there's still water in the stuff in the bottom that I shown to. Sitting over there just waiting. Since I have priorities I gotta take care of. Which is this, but this other stuff's in the way. Otherwise, who else is doing this?
No ion exchange.
Huh?
From here to here. It's connected.
Huh? It's just not connected, so where's it going to? How'd it set on fire?
That flows down and is open. This
Is
chamber.
it in that thing that's separated from it? The other one that's even separated from it?
This chamber connected up and over and down. This chamber,
Made the device so I can weld it together so it's not.
but it is not connected.
I said I made it like that so I wouldn't fry myself. Shooting.
And when you change the potentiation of the ion chamber,
The magnets and other things that are involved in different chambers I point out to
it
you.
changes the
Did
altimeter
you
reading.
watch those people on their stuff? And that shit's now that I've seen it. After me building the shit. What the fuck's wrong with you guys?
So you can see better. And the cloud is silver ion and cesium ion. It's going to give our bodies the ability to fight and kill, along with giving us the ability to use as a fuel. Get off world in the inner planets. It's an old equation I drawn up a long time ago. Along with the crystal light displacement theory. I create my plasma. Remember, aquas emit red, so red can't flow through them. Balancing and replicating intrinsic data fields that you see has been counting down. Privation gave to me. Didn't understand. I am writing my destiny how I got through. You know? Those have been following. They know. So, chit-chatting this, and this jar. This one's ready. I'll be going into the shop with it today when I'm done doing this. Been using a short and long wave light to potentiate the water and structure it. And also the light pin and statically. It's very interesting how the crystals grew on this. The silver. From a static charge and from these lights, again, shortwave light, you can kill this stuff atmospherically. It can't live outside if you do such. I'm working on some piezoelectric transducers to turn this
into an aerosol.
Where's the rest of the
You
world
get
at, honey?
silver on top
You had a year.
from it being oxidized so
Huh?
much.
Where's the rest of the world at? Fucking
It's actually
stupid.
oxidized.
And when Cuomo
Back
in
into
the press conference talked about how they had to come up with
This has been
ways of
programmed over the
cleaning
weekend.
the subway, he said chemicals and shit, and that's not what they had said that they had done. They said that they had used
Because they're lying to you.
the UVC lights for.
Because they're not. They're spraying. That's why if you look, they're spraying. That's why I told you they're spraying.
With VP882, I'm making gallons and gallons and gallons and gallons of it. I have gallons and gallons and gallons of silver and all the different colorations in a waveform, photocatalytic aggregates. We gotta hit this thing, this stuff, on all waveforms. Get all your own silver, start making it yourself. I also worked on this prototype over the weekend.
Yeah, I'll block my
Or
shit
it's a
saying
solar
I'm trying to
panel.
sell some shit. When I'm
You can get
telling
mosquito
people
bug
fucking-
zapper.
Miguel.
So, what was that?
You can make it yourself, super easy. Just break off
Your
your
own
little doo-ups.
UVC
on the
light
inside.
with solar powered, make ionic
DC high
silver
frequency. You know, to be
with
able
high
to
frequency
transduce
DC. So
and
you
make this
get
back.
what?
And
Novo
the little
silver.
bridge gap
And you
rectifier
make
right here.
KELEA water because you're
But
using
what's
high
cool
frequency
about it is dual
DC.
action. You got the
Just how you
UV
make it.
light, you understand, at the wavelength that tracks mosquitoes, which is the same macronanometer as
It's your blood.
your blood, but also the same as what can sterilize the water and atmosphere around you.
Huh.
Now,
Which means you have to weaken your body's biophosphorylation for you to get infected. Yeah.
that's a high DC frequency output. By doing such, you can make your own KELEA water, or electrically statically charged water. With it.
Or structured water, or hydrogen
part,
water, or however the
solar
fuck you
panel.
wish to call this stupid shit.
So if you see, it went off when it's blocked. So you can make little quart jars and stuff.
All day long.
I suggest using
Everywhere.
eyedropper. Drill a little hole, you can do it by hand. Using these. Get silver dust online if you can. All up now is available. And make your own here. Get poolicite. Grind it down because it has cesium in it. Make your own. You remember, I never sold my payments like the Quiche Foundation who sells theirs in plastic. Why? Because mine evaporates. And I got so many people complaining and not understanding that
It's there.
the fourth phase of
It's
water,
not in the right
nothing can
contract.
contain it. It's the same why boreals
Quantum tunneling.
lose their water. Every one of these electroforms empty.
Seal. Still feel like you got water in it.
This my
It's a
new
dumb fuck that no one pays
reactor.
attention to.
It's gonna make even stronger KELEA.
I put together with my wife's coconut jars. It's a fucking beeswax. Nigga, top of my head because she annoyed me and I annoyed her. So I said,
Get
"Here, check
yourselves
this out."
now while you can.
I'm trying to show
These
you something.
respirators. Those other Marimass people are using,
Don't do shit.
they're not gonna do anything. Get these. You can squirt this down with the silver. Get these. Those who know me, years ago when I came back to California, remember what I did when I said for Halloween? What the
But
future
I'll tell you the future's
life's
gonna
gonna be if we can't contain this stuff. This is what it's gonna be like for the next decade or so. Because only those who have the money for the vaccine they're gonna make. Understand?
be true vaccine.
It's asystematic. There's already been a baby that contracted it from her mother when it was born, before the weekend happened.
Mexico. first, and they kept it
Remember,
silent.
this is solar panel. It will generate light. You can also go online and look at specific light frequencies that kill influenza, like that shortwave light.
Or you just get the jab, and the jab, and the jab, and the jab, and drink Kool-Aid, and Kool-Aid, more Jim Jones Kool-Aid.
That cloud is ions.
Right, you mean adult.
Those colloids
Took 6 months later for adults, supposed
Plasma.
other adults, to do what your husband's doing.
bit that I
Let's
always
see
use silver. The silver ion mix. Gives the AU.
It's only just 2 parts per
Yellow
million. Look what I'm doing.
This is why I've been using elite stringite, programming it, doing crystal inlay, using plasma to make plasma.
We did what for my mom who had fucking frenal
Vibrational.
brain fucking degradation and a
Using shooter
motherfucking what happened to her?
Which is used in type 2
All of a sudden now she's talking
superconductors.
to you about what?
I
Talking
grind
to
this
dead
down.
people, bitch. I'm trying to
Make
talk to you.
plasma.
How about that?
So
How'd
with
your
the
husband make it to where his
moldavite,
mom
I
can do such? Because you got that gift too.
I grind it all
As
down.
you do too, because you just talked with your
You
grandma.
see,
Hello?
electrified. Are
Are you gonna pull it in and say that I took your gift?
Arc reactor. Grind down all these
Or
crystals.
say, hey,
I got
I
recollection.
recognize that you got the gift and just telling your dumb
Yeah,
ass
with
you can get it.
VP882.
Or that everybody got it if you like
That's
I
to.
got
always
recollection of
resonating.
talking to spirits before this, if I
All the
believe.
radionic
I can tell you.
practitioners, all the psychonauts,
There's make-believe spirits and
everyone.
there's spirits.
Let's come together
There's a
and all
difference.
kind of constructs.
Understand what I said there?
Do what
I'm
it takes to
telling you.
defeat this as
I
one.
think I
It's
need-
like thinking
Do
of
not use
cannabis in
copper
your head and
wire
not
or
writing
anything
it
as
down.
the Quiche Foundation is showing. You must
No,
use
my
your
mom
own
have
copper
seen it. My
alloy
mom have fucking
and
seen
make
it.
it. For they don't
After
show
I
in the
pointed it
equation that man-made alloys have
Just now
zinc,
it's just coming.
and
That's
other
why I
things
said be
in
real
them,
and talk with me about it
especially if
since
you're
we got
using other
together.
wires.
As I've been with you. This is just now information 8
Do
years into our
yourself a
marriage.
Tesla arc reactor or Tesla speaker. Not like this. They have a coil on top and spin around. As it spins, it burns up the atmosphere. It'll change the warp of the atmosphere. The stuff can live outside the body for 5 days. Understand such. I'm programming holograms.
There's
Making it
nothing
to where
for
this
people to
stuff,
argue with.
we can put it anywhere. You see in my own videos, message and so forth. This is a candle I made. A vortex in it. Counter-rotational spin. I made it on Moonstone Beach. I was first sent this message for myself.
Wake up. Message.
Indian education.
That light beam that I was
After
telling
a
you about.
poetry trip.
Mhm.
Freshman year. So my senior project is about this. Fully autonomous self-organizing systems.
My life's
You
work.
can get these flybacks out of old TVs. All you need is a 24 volt power system. 5 windings around. Only reason why I went and got that is because I needed to do it faster. Show people in person in the store. But you can make your own. It's very easy.
You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm just showing you this and explaining to you I did it like this because I'm so tired of fucking naysayers.
Polarity.
Motherfuckers that are
40%
blind
cesium.
and trying to explain shit to blind
Grind
motherfuckers.
it down.
And then showing them blind people can see more than you motherfuckers. Hello? So what the fuck is blind?
This guy from being in the radius of it is sweating. Otherwise, it's not hot here.
You know what I'm saying?
As you see this thermometer on the outside of this, it's 19.9 Celsius.
But it's sitting there sweating.
We're changing it by holding it. You understand? Stuff I'm showing you can do and make yourself. Very simple. and easy. I use my Dremel and cut all these. I also do it by hand. Fit them together if need be. I'll show you how to do the windings if you wish. Take pictures throughout the whole thing and republish them. Never keep things to myself.
Never keep things to myself. I'm not a selfish person.
Do this as one.
Do this as well.
This next UV.
They all die.
The solar. People are gonna have to be treating around water and so forth with this stuff. They have to cremate the bodies.
That's why. When I put my channel back on, what they do? Everybody looking for how do you kill this shit in water?
If it hasn't already.
Huh?
It's aerosol.
Alright.
Start infusing Ionic colloidal silver inside of wax. Get yourself a heat tray. Stir. Don't use the magnet stir. Use magnets themselves. Stir it. Heat up coconut oil and put your stuff inside of it.
You'll understand if you actually
Use
apply
the
it.
coconut oil over the skin like silver dust over the skin so that it's not skin to skin touching or skin to surface touching.
And then you use a spray and kill off the stuff that keeps the shit in check. So it proliferates. And now you got this fungus that's spreading to people by touch to touch. While I'm telling people to make this shit because if you eat a whole bunch of motherfucking immunosuppressants, oh boy, what are you cultivating in the world?
Opened up for me when I get my shahada.
Opened up for you when I get my shahada.
And learns the powerful zikrs to make the zikr words. Things that I share. How I make them pleasant.
And my wife is scared.
Passed down.
And even though I cuss and fucking when I'm doing that, my scans do not show that reflection where I say don't lie to clients.
This I grew up in jail in 2012 when they tried to kill me.
Just what the eyes see and perceive is not what reality might be inside that person.
Just like how the probation I just fought and get off. They put me in a coma.
Eat all this shit. Because otherwise, I'd be an evil person.
Open light, everybody.
Fucked up, ate up in the head. Not being able to do this shit.
14,800 gal.
The reason behind that
The
straight
comments of all these right here in each chamber.
The secrets behind the splitting stuff. The gravities.
One had
Earth
29.
and atmospheres.
The other had 32. The combination, this 47.36 Tesla, or feet pounds of torque, ripping
Hydrogen atom.
from the water, molecule of hydrogen itself. The difference, 4.44, is equals 12, which equals 3. As you know, Tesla, 369. The difference between the two has this goal. This is how I did the silver rose that is growing on its own for the last 2.5 years.
Now 3.5 years.
Everything has to have the right KELEA.
Right. A drop of it in there. Look at what we use for our silver now. Now looks like such. Wake up around and spread.
Where they use salts, where the ions that you want get washed away. The ion is what gives you energy. Our body has to break even water down to an ion hydrate. When you do such, it changes. They even add water. I don't water down any of my stuff. But by changing the water, it changes the orb to a positive. Remember, you want negative orb water, or negative orb plasma. Plasma doesn't look like this. It's not plasma that they're giving you. This is AU plasma.
From chemical. It's not pink, as you can tell from the shape of the aggregate and so forth, from it being disintegrated and fucked up from the high
You see at the bottom the
oxidization
alluvial
of chemical
sand.
extraction.
This stuff I made the old method.
My old method.
Not the old quiche method. My old method. You see, in the page, in the group,
Maybe pay attention.
the reveal sand,
Like the rest of the world.
and the bulk
Does.
minerals.
I switched where it still had alluvial sand.
But you get that signature checkpoints.
From
The light goes
underwater
around the
explosions.
bottom. Focal points. But as you see, some of the plasma resonance.
Again, when you see the hourglass, you know the plasma is controlling fire. Because fire will always go where there is. If it's a natural one, it stays away from water for one. Stays away from electrical ones.
Silver. This isn't
It
silver.
was done in a manner that it is. Because plasma being perturbated is energetic form will go towards electricity.
You see how clear the water is getting.
Generators or power lines carrying it.
And there's the teal.
Like the shit in Greece, shit in fucking Turkey,
The
and shit here.
besides
Besides
flowing
flowing and sucking always towards water.
Again, these chambers aren't connected. Except for right here. For some reason this is full of water. And this guy is lost.
Water.
No water connection here.
And how the air get in there. If you look at what I'm pointing out, there's no way for there to get air in.
Program. It could be dust.
Or whatever that gas is in there. Creating that bubble.
I will be sealing this chamber. And sealing that hole. So that the air leak is here. The shot out here. Suppressor on this here. I'm gonna get some stuff on. You can see in the pictures. I do this all by hand. Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday, taking 2 days. Did zipper the whole time. A lot of bubbles. You see the bubbles going on there? Because of what? Static. Equilibrium condition.
This is the way you have to explain what you're doing. Now, how do you get that done scientifically? You don't have a lot of choices of people.
One cup, one life. They don't show you to use a laser.
You got to be sure you've got a couple of them. Terry Barrett, Myron Evans is
I
out
understand. Because of my leak, you can barely see the feet ion
he's
leak.
in Wales right now anyway, and he's being taken care of.
Otherwise, all the ions are in this chamber.
And it's like, how?
So you could use him for consulting purposes. He also is a
None in this chamber.
physicist. He knows not only
And
the
none in
physics, but
that
all this
chamber.
other stuff and all the higher symmetry electromagnetics.
You're getting colloids in there because that's my
Get
positive.
separated.
So he'd be an ideal consultant. Terry Barrett can
This
handle
is
all
my
this higher
anode.
symmetry electromagnetics, and he can hang in
This
there
is
with
my
all.
cathode.
So you have to have people that know
When
general
I hit it,
relativity, know unified field theory, where there's a higher
changes.
symmetry electromagnetic
Changes.
flux,
So
so
we
you
got
can
full
unify. You can't unify electrodynamics from general relativity.
dynamical
Diabolically opposed.
superconductivity,
One says
room
flat
temperature.
space-time is flat.
Where's the resistance?
The other
Full
says,
power,
well, it's
36
curved. You can't
volts.
put two things like that
There's no
together.
resistance.
They don't
5
fit.
amps.
So, you know, in country boy
Well,
language, that's stupid
No
to try to
resistance.
fit. They
Room
don't fit.
temperature,
In nature,
no
it's unified.
resistance.
Nature doesn't have it separated where they never get
20th
together
time
and
I've shown
never
this.
operate at the same time. That's not true.
In
Nature
different
never
videos,
always operates.
different experiments showing where's the
So what you're
resistance.
doing, as far as I'm concerned, is magnificent. But you're advancing
And that was
chemistry
without the
now.
flyback. That's why I say here, I'm going to hit this with a flyback that I'll explain it and show you disco Lenr. Otherwise, right here, all I'm doing is a normal extraction and I'm making the vials and the stuff that I use as a fuel right now in HHo. Hello?
If you manipulate the charges, baby, and change the engine they use, you can change what molecule they will form and be stable.
Hello?
That's what you're doing. Can all be described with good.
So what the fuck did I say to you the other day on what's going on with this cloud that you see as smoke, which is what ions of everything that's been burned up. And what's inside of it is fullerenes and what? Noble gases. The only thing that can trap noble gases is fullerenes and so forth. So wake up. Why you see the fucking electrostatic discharge from the Van der Waals effect? But the shit's swirling around of itself.
can do itself. How the fuck you get tornadoes and other things like that? But if you set potentiation, perturbation to it, and you get an alignment or something, you just might get lightning. Why? Because the engine's scratching them, rubbing against each other. Fullerenes are superconductors. Hello?
I'm continuing to an electric charge.
Besides grabbing the gases and other things that are being released from the methane, the argon, and all the other fucking shit like that being released from the trees being burnt in the foliage.
It's fuel, that carbon is
It
fuel,
will not
but it's
fit
not thought as in
the
an
chemical
ionic
model in
form.
most of those chemicals. It never will.
I use
Because
it
you're
that way.
not doing that. You're outside their model working. It's okay. That's what advancing science is called. And in the scientific method,
Beautiful
we're
GANs
supposed to do
right there.
precisely that if the experiments are replicable and done well.
Mine are replicable and done well. That's why I try to get on your motherfucking ass.
Refute the present model.
Stop making key
All
shit.
they're telling us is we've got to change our model. Nature works this way,
There's
now
no
your body
ions
this
in
way.
there.
That's what they're telling us. That's scientific method.
So, this is what I stayed in the winter. The other one in Maryland, down the way from Zeke.
The shrine 8 months from the beginning.
The girl I seen would tell me over. It's Susquehanna River. Half block and a half that way. Where is it? Man. So I'll post up on you like this. It's like I did it on Eric's parents' house. Built a place on the creek and stayed there. You heard me and Ted talking about. This is my marker stone. On this side was my food garden. This wall on this side is 16 foot high from the base down. Since it was summertime, I had the roof open. What stuff is this?
It's beautiful.
That's where I lived at 30 below. Where I say to my mom, if you paid attention to what your father taught you, then you'd have this. This is what I brought out of myself to survive. That right there was my pillow. It was a rock half the size of this. And I had it laid, me and Kyle positioned it properly to where it feel like your mom holding you, like how fucking you hold a baby. This is all rock from there. The fridge drain that goes around and so forth, otherwise how much water it rains in Bel Air, Maryland. The water would come, that's why I try to explain to you, because real world fucking experience of living it. My helper never did. That's why I called him a helper, because he lived down the street, the other side of Heather's parents' house. The other side of Chamber Circle. This is how and why I was explaining next to the water. I'd fallen asleep, and the damp piece of wood that I put in, because it's the snow, being next to the water is warmer than other spots, but as it gets away from there, this smoke had compressed. Made it look like there was a fire back there. And then the way that you get from Bel Air to Aberdeen, the side road where all the super, like, Wood Harrells and other people like houses, shit like that, like the stars. One guy sitting in the middle of that shit. It was cool. And you see me pop out
on my horse. I like that. I like that. Some people knew I was there, some people didn't. Only people that knew I was there are the ones that wouldn't follow me. But yeah, that's why on Thanksgiving that year, when that had happened, I got woke up with the fire department standing on top of it. And I'd popped out from the stairway like that with my cup of hot cocoa and shit and everything. Would you like some cocoa, dude?
How you guys doing?
How you doing? Is this illegal no more?
You think that? Permits?
I'd made a earth down in there. I excavated that out, and it was my root cellar, my refrigerator.
Nice. Nice.
All by hand.
Yeah, we should
Me
be
and
able
Carl.
to walk down to a root cellar, you know, below the floor, house floor.
Even the floor.
No ledges. I put those in. I like they're flat. I gotta make this where we can use this shit functional. So, that's the bed. There's your pillow right there on the right.
So we're working on the roof.
So sleep on the right
So I
side.
don't know if we make it permanent or not permanent.
I put a fireplace right there.
That's cool.
Steps come loose. Make sure it stays secure. Here's the top. There's the roof.
Looks like a nest.
Doing the same thing here. That's what I was saying. If we take the nail gun, whoop to whoop, we can get put over, make an aggregate over the top, and seal it, and have it moss grow over. That's why I put a blanket there. People didn't even understand that they're on top of the roof when it was winterized. Otherwise, that's where summer is over. It's fucking hot there and humid as shit. Down away from this grew snake plantain and so forth, which was what I cultivated and ate to heal myself from the copperhead snake venom that I learned from reading and studying with the Susquehanna, it was named after the Indians that were there.
Front.
Six in
Outer
front.
wall.
When it was done. And right there is slow.
Immensity of it.
You can see it's taller than me. Keep it on the plane. And that's all by hand. All by just eye.
Terracing starts here. First part of the garden. And from here over.
As you hear me state,
You go.
and how you see me do now.
Center.
As I point out and
Much
say,
as
it's going to
nature.
turn into this.
And keeping tranquil.
Like I say, my mom said at a ditch and all that, but I actually was in school. I didn't run the streets. I went to the classes I wished to. Like you see me, there's an acre I did myself. While you see your parents coming, what did I do? That. I've been trying trying to show everybody you can live like this, man. This is how we used to live. Easy. For them, all they do is they use it as a party spot. Since I've been gone. I just use it as a party spot since I've been gone. Yeah. Nuclear winter conditions. Gonna be putting this to 280 gallons into the 2500. Been using it for when we cook. I wet around the area and so forth. Make sure we don't cause this, you know. Morpheus panels. This nuclear winter. We're putting out getting 5 amps right now. Loving light. Getting it. Fix it back up. Stuck there. Loving light. Good move back, everybody. All those mercies, gentlemen, we're getting the backhoe from on Monday. It's still there. We can get that thing here. Get this stuff cleared out around here. I got my new chainsaws. New chains. Waiting on that damn chipper thing. Anyhow. Be well, everybody.
Why can't they come up with some form of induction coil that doesn't take that much power? Why do all induction coils take that much power?
I don't know, because we do it. You got to find the right wire, otherwise you blow the fuse line on the whole block. And once you find an electrician that knows that wire, you get it, and everybody has a stinger. And you literally just wrap a bare-ass wire connected into itself into the wall outlet. Or part of the piping you ripped out to attach to the light. You had to fuck your light up to stick it to where you get power. 7.65 amp. And total nuclear blackout. About to go grab some more water. Talk there.
Is there because so little. So in the listing, it says the address for this mobile that I once see that you drive through here. Like I've been telling you, there's this building. You literally drive through that chain. There's a concrete bridge for the creek right here, and you go towards that thing. The address listing for these right now is 9684 LaPorte Road. But this is the back building that I've been telling you that is the house that is right there. So the 9684 people are the ones that split it. But I don't understand how the other day I was able to find this for what this got sold. Unless I had the address wrong, what they had done, there's no deed or no shit like that to other, because there's no other property.
That's what I was explaining to.
Here it's 9684, which would have been both two that they cut. Because otherwise, there's no way for somebody
That's what I was
to.
explaining to you. It's a septic set into it because there's it's the creek right there.
And then it's that big house on the corner that you see that we drive on. They got all that thing. Then there's that is just that house you were asking me about that you can see. And then
Stating on this corner over here is the people that got the RV and so forth. And
the greenhouse. Challenge cutoff is just right there. And so I think is the people, I don't know, then it should, then the house it should come with. How is the house not included and this thing not included if it was part of the lot? You understand what I'm saying? That's weird. Because I'm telling my mom to buy the lot, but there's no lot to buy. Ooh, my chest just cracked.
I heard it, breastplate.
I feel like this. Oh, it just
Open it up. Buck
But
this
yeah,
stuff down real
that's,
fast so I go get water.
There's a cute little entrance cabin, then there's a bridge, and then there's the house.
And these are the neighbors I was talking about.
The RV.
And then the ones that live in front. Because when you drive past here, there's cars that are parked in front of the road right here.
I was saying the bridge because this turns into, you see how there's like an overpass? It turns into that, and then you unchallenged cutoff is right there.
And that's the creek that you drive by. It goes by these people here.
Dry Creek, they call it. And it does come through this property, though. It's not mapped right there because it does come through here. Otherwise, this property 9684 wouldn't have any, and you can see there's a bridge, and I was standing
That's
there.
not the creek. That's the creek that comes this way. There's a creek that flows through down.
That they don't have it marked.
No,
Oh, got
Dry
it.
Creek comes that way.
This way, like that, yeah.
This right here comes across. That's why when you come this way, there's that creek. It meets and goes like that.
There's a house that has a pond right here, yeah.
It comes down and goes that way.
This is hella cute. I really like this. Because all these look like vacation houses, not all the time people you see there.
We met the gentleman that's taking care of his parents. He was talking to his wife. With Sarah Garibald. I met that gentleman. I was talking to him. I gave him soda. We were at the park doing the singing bowls.
Yeah.
But anyhow, they don't have the creek marked down and moved off because Dry Creek's that. The creek that they don't have marked runs through those three lots to Dry Creek.
Yes.
Why there's a bridge.
So this building, as you can see, what they did was draw this line right here like this and cut it and be like, okay, this is your property now. That's why it's so fucking close, because that's not the mobile home. You can tell it's not the mobile home. The mobile home is like right there and shit. That's the neighbors. The mobile home is right there. And the house is right there. And you come, and it's this big tree that makes the sort of line. My wonders is, why did they completely discard this? Maybe it's condemned, and they never get rid of it. So that's why they're not offering it.
And that shit hella funny. These motherfuckers done broke in at Governor Cuomo shit. Supposed FBI, all this bullshit. Lady talking about some stuff. And she got hacked. And they switched to this dude over here in the middle. And this idiot just switched. He blanked the screen out. This is supposed to be the lawyers and shit. Man, you all goofballs. Peace, son. Hey! Look it!
Plasmatics.
Crazy shit.
I was trying to explain to you what you'll see today, and then as it fills in, you'll get the hourglass. You know what I'm saying?
See.
What the water would be. Dixie Fire just made international news in the sense of it getting a L.E.N.R. It's telling Abuela, once you see the peace sign, to see that. And to get up this McLeod, Shasta, Shastina, Susanville area. And they got to make the decision because the second part, or the second finger, this way, that's in Indian Valley. If it encroaches, gets any farther, they take out Quincy. So they're talking about it. They got to make the decision, are they going to sacrifice it or not? Be it all that directional persons now is up that way. I hope they don't lose it by Bucks Lake and so forth. Then that'll go down and creep over the backside of us again. Right in the center of two big ass fires, interesting enough. All those mercies. Get that backhoe in a couple days. Confirmed at least, because what's going on. It's gonna be a hassle for the person to get into where to die. Where that? They had to evacuate. Suck beer. If you get a chance, can you reach out to Aunt Heidi? Since the last talk, where I told her that information.
See, yeah. I'll text her and send her some stuff. Easy stuff. Sure. Tell her,
See what that key unlocked?
Huh?
Did you see what that key unlocked? Messing with Momo. On a white clip right there, I got it. Piece of jerky. It was right there, Bubba.
You see that?
It's still smudgy.
Right here. You can do it.
You be running up to the top of her head and shit.
Don't bother me.
You can get it. You gotta get it yourself. Your employee says, no, you like your coffee like that, then you gotta get it.
That's how we keep you engaged, Romeo.
It's not in the coffee cup. It's still right there, buddy. You're gonna have to climb the tree. Come out to the branch to get it. Partner, you gonna use the bins to jump over to, or what you gonna do?
tree today you like to mark and run up. Put them up higher than you usually go. Give you something to work for. I see your shoulders are getting bigger, buddy. Getting bigger.
Oh, meow too.
Putting the obstacle course out for Momo. This praying mantis. Oh, it's ticklish. It tickles. I jumped over onto Abuela's shoulder. I kind of helped it. Alright, Momo. Time for you to do some tricks, buddy. Almost climbed up and grabbed the first one. Piece of jerky I had in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
One more for you remembers where the other ones are. He climbed himself up there. What? Mark 3? What? Like that for my kinetic. We're gonna make it mark 3. Build that up. The highest point on that is lower than the whole point. Interesting. They just started doing that. They got the drone out tonight. Unless you're doing backfire level. Or surveillance and backfire. What human prop plane you ever heard fly at this time of night?
No.
With no visibility there?
No.
That's a high. Fire.
Siren?
Almost climbing up the tree. Here's jerky. Hear them trucks going
Yeah.
a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Diesel trucks moving on the dirt road like that. Must be coming up from Orville to cut time off from going through the other part. But that's a first. Sound like they almost left the shit in the corner right there. I wouldn't be driving that shit up with that thing like that.
No, I know. I'm looking on the Facebook Cuba Fire Department to see if they posted anything. see anything more.
I hope that's the deer over there, not the bear. Get it, mama.
From 14 hours ago, it went from 35% containment to 21% now.
Dixie?
They posted 2 hours ago. 184 structures destroyed.
That thing sounded like it just now made it to the 15-mile-an-hour turn. That's the first, because diesel trucks don't drive on there.
Oh, by drive?
Hmm? No. Ash in the air. It's all about what? What? Find out how you can. I'll get another scanner.
Everything's fine on this side. Copy, and I appreciate the update. Yeah, I'm not going to make it out tonight. I'm taking care of some stuff in camp, so if you need anything, just give me